This is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/Capes and Lunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hey, this is Tim Seeley, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Nightwing News. Changes are coming. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And this week we'll be talking Batman. We'll be finishing up that Batman and Robin series from Batman and Robin 23 through 26. And we have some big news for you. And we'll talk a little bit in Night Terrors. All right, so I don't know, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the news of this show, about this show, or do you want to start with Night Terrors? Where do you want to start?
I don't care, wherever you want to start, Phil.
Well, kids,
I'll leave it all in your hands.
yes. After next week, this show will be going to 2 times a month because, unlike some of us, Kristen has a life. So, yeah. But so yes, you'll be getting this show twice a month. You'll get one episode of on new issues and one on the old. But never fear, I will still be here those other 2 weeks. It looks like right now, again, subject to change. Right now, it's like me, Tyler, and possibly Justin will be doing a Superman podcast. And just like Will and I do on Green Lantern, we're going to pick a moment, which in this case will be 1986's John Byrne's Man of Steel miniseries. We're going to do Superman comics in order from 1986. So we'll be here for a while. All right.
I can't believe you didn't start back in 1938. Jeez, dude.
Oh, my grandchildren are enough to finish that podcast. All right.
Yeah, and you could have done like Superboy and Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen and Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane.
Yeah, we're only gonna do what almost half of that 80 some years. Well, we're running out of stuff. We're gonna even go further back. But
if Dick is gonna pop up in any of them, let me know.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know.
I mean, I don't think that'll happen for a while.
Well, I think early on, I'm trying to remember if it's the one of the first ones, but I know there's an Action Comics annual that's pretty early on where it's Superman teaming up with the Titans. Dick's not in it, but like the rest of the Titans are, like Cyborg and Raven and all them. But yeah, so yeah, after next week when we cover we'll be covering World's Finest Teen Titans that's coming out this week, and Night Terrors Nightwing #1. Yeah, after that we'll get 2 episodes of the show, which I've dubbed Electric Mullet, because as we know, Superman had a mullet in the 90s and went electric for a while. So yeah, so we'll get to that, and then we'll come back and we'll do more new issues. And so yeah, kids, in this time slot, we'll be getting either Nightwing or Superman. So stay tuned. But
people.
Yes. But we are going to, so now before we get to the issues, we will talk Night Terrors, because Kristen saw a grinning Batman and Dick Grayson butt on some screenshots.
And this was in the Poison Ivy Night Terror?
Yeah. So here's the whole premise, because I did get this, because I did pick up, what was it, Night Terror's First Strike or something. It was Night Terrors.
Okay, the main Night Terrors thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually Night Terrors #1. It was like Night Terrors. Yeah, I think it was like First Strike or something. But the whole premise is there's some new villain called Insomnia who's basically looking for this, like, was that a nightmare crystal or something? And he's like, he already appeared to kill the villain Dr. Dr. Destiny. But so of course, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman try to stop him, but he's looking for this nightmare crystal, and Insomnia is like it's hidden in the nightmares of one of Earth's heroes. So that's why he's going through all these like all the heroes and villains like nightmares and stuff. So, but yeah, the first week there were a few, but again, guess who started it all? Guess whose Night Terrors was the very first one shot to start the whole thing off?
Batman.
Yeah, Night Terrors.
Batman, my favorite character.
Yeah, it was so funny because of course he was, Insomnia is trying to hit Bruce with like the death of his parents, and it's like, oh, Selena left you and stuff. But it's so funny because he like Bruce is physically fighting in this nightmare, but of course since he did the whole parent thing, it's like young Bruce Wayne, so he's fighting like Batman, but he looks like a child. So yeah, there was what was that? There was that one. There was a Ravager one, which is Deathstroke's daughter. And there was the Poison Ivy one. Oh, there was one other one. I forget what it is, but it seemed very, very Batman heavy last week. The Joker, because the Joker had to face his worst nightmare, like getting a regular job, like an office job.
I mean, that's a lot of people's worst nightmare, I think.
Oh, yeah, especially the Joker. But yeah, no, the Poison Ivy one was good because I think that is by G. Willow Wilson, who's also writing the monthly Ivy book. So that's another one where the same person who's writing the monthly book, but it's her whole dream is at first it looks good because she wakes up in suburbia. She's like living in suburbia with Harley and stuff, and everything seems good. But then she goes outside, and yes, he's the creepy, Bruce Wayne who's married to Selena Kyle next door, and yeah, the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, see, that's why it looks so funny.
Yeah, it does. But like if you read the whole thing, it starts getting creepy. Yeah, because eventually they're just like. Because like everybody in the dreams just say like, no, this is the you can't like rock the boat, don't ask questions, and basically just like, and everyone has these creepy twisted grins like that. But yes, I know the one page you were looking at was Dick Grayson watching in the car, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, people were posting it online, but actually I saw the first one I saw was the one of Batman with the pink shirt and the cargo shorts and the grilling and the socks with sandals.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I was gonna send you like a screenshot of that Dick Grayson, but yeah, he's really only on like 1 or 2 pages, so I don't know if he's gonna be more number 2, but
I mean, I think it was probably just supposed to show that it's like creepy suburbia, so they put up.
Yeah, he was more like background, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder because yes, next week we'll get the Nightwing issue of number 1 of Night Terror. So
yeah, and his is supposed to be very different.
Oh yeah, they've all. I mean, it's only been 1 week so far, but they've all been kind of different so far. But oh yeah, for the Capes Lunatic Sidekicks. Yeah, there's a lot of oh wait. Oh, that's Night Terror's Nightwing comes out next week. Oh, did you see Night Terror's Robin comes out this week?
Oh no, I didn't. I put it on my list, but I didn't know when it was coming out.
Yeah, that's this week. Yeah. So, I was gonna say maybe next week. Well, we'll see what it is, but I can mention it if. I was gonna say, is that Tim?
I think it's supposed to be Tim and Jason.
That makes sense.
I think they're both in it.
Let me see. Yeah, Jason and Tim. Yeah, Robin versus Nightmare Robins. When the 2 Bat brothers get taken into the Nightmare realm, Jason Todd and Tim Drake must fight against their worst fears and each other as they're forced to relive the darkest moments of their lives. Boy, I wonder what Jason's darkest moment's going to be.
I don't know.
I don't know. It can't be a clown with a crowbar.
Guess you'll have to wait and see.
I know. So, yeah, we already got a Batman. We're gonna get a Robin. We're gonna get a Nightwing.
I feel like that's a good segue, though. Speaking of Jason,
Oh yeah, speaking of Jason, he's in 3 of the 4 issues tonight. Yes, so
he's back.
that's right. So I don't have any synopses for these. So I was going to say, do you just want to talk about 23 through 25 as one big lump, and then we'll talk about that weird 26 issue?
Yeah, because 26 was not the same. Well, so
thing, yeah.
Yes, Jason's back, and I think overall that Judd Winnick writes a pretty good Jason.
Yeah, he's not bad. I'm trying to remember. Was he writing the Outsiders or?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't necessarily write a good Starfire. I know, yeah, but he did write Outsiders, and thinking back, I think if the Nightwing had ended up being Jason, it would have fit a lot better.
Yeah, and the Outsiders, yeah. Yeah, because Judd Winnick's always been hit or miss for me, but he writes a decent Jason, yeah. But yeah, so the whole premise, I guess. So what? It starts with after his last little run, a couple episodes back, we did it 4 through 6. Jason's been locked up in he's been locked up in Arkham, and then he's getting transferred to prison. He actually gets a face to face with the actual Bruce in the beginning of this. And it was like, oh, how was that coming back for you're trapped in time? How's that coming? Yeah. So yeah, he wants transferred to a real prison.
Yeah, but you kind of got the flashback at first.
Oh yeah.
Where Dick and Bruce are talking, and Dick's like, "Growing up with you isn't easy."
Oh yeah.
Dick even says, and Bruce says, "I'm aware of that, and I know he's not you." Dick says, "No, he's not. Maybe he'll be better than me," which is very generous of him.
And Bruce's like, I don't care about that.
But yeah, then they're really leaning into red-haired Jason.
Oh yeah. In the present, yeah. Yeah, sitting in Arkham talking to Bruce.
I feel like maybe, because didn't Judd Winnick write Red Hood: The Lost Days? Or did he write Under the Red Hood? Or maybe he wrote both.
Oh, I know he did. He did write Under the Red Hood when Jason first came back, but I can't remember if he wrote that. Lost it. He might have, but I know he did. Yeah, he did write those first couple appearances when Jason popped out.
Anyway, because I was like, when Jason's like, come on, how about a little small talk? How's Damian's mom?
Oh!
I was like, ooh.
Did you ever ask about me? But yeah, Jason's been petitioning the courts for a transfer. Yeah, they're like a regular prison.
Bruce is like, you're in Arkham for your safety. And Jason's like, hey man, I passed all my psych exams. I will not be housed in your kennel for freaks.
But yeah, nobody knows. The authorities don't know who Jason is because that would bring up too many questions. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Red Hood doesn't tell him his name. He just says he's Red Hood.
But yeah, and then we see Dick as Batman in the Batcave saying, he won't be safe in a conventional prison. He's like, unless they keep him in protective custody for 24 hours a day. He's like, he'll be all he'll be doing is fending off attacks. Why would he put himself at such risk, Damian? Because he's psychotic.
Batman says it's not that simple. He's planning something. Just thinking.
Yeah, Bruce's like, you need to be prepared. And Dick's like, we'll keep an eye on him. And Bruce is like, that's not what I'm saying. I believe that by the time you have any sense of what he's up to, it'll be too late. And then Jason gets threatened in the shower.
I know, and those towels in that picture are so small on everybody. Like, man, the prison needs to invest in some better towels. How you dry yourself with that tiny little thing? It's like a washcloth.
Getting threatened by Martin the Beaver Littleman. I killed your brother, right? Him and about 13 other morons who worked for him.
That mean it was people in the bags.
Nah, that was like every that was Jason threatening every mob boss, basically like, here's all the heads of your lieutenants. He's like, that took me a couple hours.
I do like when we get out to the yard when Jason's reading Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, and he's about to get shivved, and then he strips his attacker, so he stabs the other guy in the head, in the eye. Oof. Then the guards come and break it up. But then all the guys start getting killed.
Yeah, and he somehow manages to poison the food.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we see Batman and Robin interrogating Little Doubt crew from out of town. I love how they're hanging upside down and they're not giving Dick the answers they want. So Damian, let me hit them some more.
Oh, Damian.
Yeah, but Dick's like, you have a truce with the Collingwood gang. You don't ever come this far. And they're like, you need to keep up on current events. There ain't no more Collingwood gang. Beaver Littleman offed himself in the can. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So Dick's like calling the warden. He's like, I told you to, let me know if anything unusual happened. I didn't see it as unusual, not at first. 9 suicides and 6 murders of high-ranking criminals didn't seem unusual.
That must have a crazy prison.
I know. The warden's like, I didn't suspect the Red Hood until now. 82 are dead. Over 100 are ill. We think it was in the food. Damian just sitting there, idiots.
I mean, that's kind of intense, though. 82 are dead from the food. I mean, dang, that's a lot of people.
I mean, if that was all everyone he was eating at that time, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It just seems... It's kind of hard to... I mean, I realize he's kind of a different character now in New 52.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard to reconcile that...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was pretty much a psychotic killer up until New 52. And then they wanted to redeem him and make him part of more of the Bat family.
Yeah. And I guess a part of me kind of wishes that they maybe hadn't gone quite that far in some of the... Because I think people always kind of, even when he was more of a psychotic killer, people always still kind of saw Jason as more of an anti-hero because he is a little less psychotic in some other instances. And then, but then when you do things like, oh yeah, I just casually poisoned and 84 people die, that is a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that feels kind of excessive.
But then the warden's like, forget it, he's out of my prison, he's going back to Arkham. And Dick's like, no, put him in isolation until I get there. And he's like, you're too late, he's already on his way.
Like, no.
But then the transport gets attacked by these animal men. And they're like, we're the ones breaking you out of prison. And Jason's like, works for me.
We're on to the next one.
Yep.
Again, where the variant cover is better.
Yeah. But yeah, we get another flashback of basically this time what Bruce telling that's supposed to be Dick, right?
Oh, what is it?
That first page, that flashback where Batman's telling a Robin, he's like, the most important weapon in our arsenal will be your ability to adapt.
Oh, yeah, I think that's...
No, he does call him Jason, so it is Jason. I just know Dick passes that along to Damian later. Was it this issue or the next one? But yes, no, he's telling Jason that.
I think that's supposed to emphasize that it's a lesson he always passes down to Robin.
Yeah. But yeah, because he said investigative mind and physical skills are just tools. The most important weapon in your arsenal will be the ability to adapt. Mm, so yeah, then we get back to the present, and this gang is trying to take Jason, but he doesn't want to go with them.
Right.
Basically grabs their gun and starts gunning them.
And then Batman and Robin show up, and dang, those knife things coming out of his gauntlet, Batman are pretty intense.
I know, that's like razor sharp. So yeah, so they basically teaming up with Jason to fight these animal men. So
then yeah, after the fight comes probably my favorite page. It starts out with Damian saying, "This sucks."
well, yeah, because yeah, Jason puts a gun to one of the gang's head, and so Batman and Robin stop. But then the boss calls, and she says, hey, you're gonna walk yourself back here. And he's like, why? She's like, oh, we're gonna whack her. Who? And she's like, oh, yeah, probably the one who cares about you. I think you call her Scarlet. But yeah, then I guess Batman, Robin, and Red Hood have agreed to a truce because, like you said, yeah, Damian's like, this sucks.
I'm oddly proud that you are finally utilizing youthful colloquialisms.
Are you listening to me? It's idiotic.
I am listening, and your objection has been noted.
But yeah, Jason just complaining, or Damian just complaining, and then Dick says, oh yeah, the next page, he's like, he's got the building wired, and Damian's like, you're sure? And Dick's like, it's what I would have done. Jason's like,
yeah, well, and then he explains to Damian about, like, we have to rescue Scarlet, and she's like, it's a trap. He's like, no, it's not a trap. A trap wouldn't be a surprise. We know what this is. And then that's the page where he says, Damian, situations present themselves, and one of our greatest abilities has to be adaptation.
Yep.
It's like, I'd rather have a plan. Then he says, I would too, but Jason can hear us.
But yeah, Jason's giving the whole speech. So sometimes you got to lie down with dogs, and Damian, and you wake up with fleas. Kid, if you don't think you're not waking up with fleas already, that you just aren't paying attention. But yeah, Jason put on basically, well, parts of different uniforms. He's wearing the jacket, but then I think he's wearing that suit he's wearing last time, just without the cape and stuff.
Yeah, he looks way better in that outfit.
Oh yeah.
And then not that stupid pill helmet.
Yeah, he's armed, and once again,
and that last panel. This sucks. Nobody knows that more than me.
Exactly. And then Batman and Robin 25. Once again, the variant cover better than the main cover.
Yeah, definitely. I like that puzzle one.
Yeah.
I like the like subheading or whatever. The streets run red. Boys night out. That's funny.
Yes, because Jason's in the flying Batmobile with Dick and Damian. What does that smell? Pine? You actually let Alfred clean the vehicle's interiors with scented cleansers? Bruce would never let him do that.
He said he never wanted his olfactory senses muddled with this crap. I think he just didn't like the Batmobile smelling nice.
I think he didn't like the Batmobile smelling nice. Nice and Batman don't really gel, do they? But here we are. You're Batman in your hovercraft, stinking like Christmas. I guess Dick Grayson is the nice Batman. So yeah. So Damian's complaining again, and Jason's like, "Wow, he's one tight ass sidekick." But basically saying if Damian lives that long, and Dick says, "Shut up. This is requiring restraint from all of us. The least you can do is," and he says, "What? not act like a tool. Fine, whatever. It was worth it just to hear someone say tool while wearing the cowl.
That part's funny too.
I know. But I should go as Jason blasts the top off and jumps out of the Batmobile. So then he calls this gang boss, and she said, I guess, tells him to meet where they're at, which is the now closed Thomas Wayne Middle School. But yeah, Jason says, I actually went here for 3 months. But yeah, Jason says, send her out and I'll come in. And the woman says, no, let's pretend we're not all brain dead, toss the guns and strip. Fine by me. So they strip.
Well, have you got to the page where he's ruminating on the fighting? I think that came before, right?
On what?
Well, where he's like, Dick is different from Bruce in the way he fights and the way he thinks and the way he feels. He gets angry, really angry. That anger would make him a great Batman if he'd let it, but he won't. He's trying to be too much like him, the good son. Man, I hate him.
Yeah, that's when Batman and Robin show up because they strip search Jason. They don't find any trackers or anything, but then the Batman and Robin do show up, and the gang boss like, how'd they find us? And Jason, they tracked me from the GPS I swallowed that didn't show up in your scans. But yeah, they're all fighting this gang. But yeah, Dick like knocks Jason down and says, stop, you won't kill anyone, not here, not with me. And Jason's basically like, can we get the girl to safety and worry about the murderous assassins later? And Dick's like, no one dies. And Jason, great time for a moral debate. Yeah, that's when he's having the whole, if Dick let his anger carry him, he could, he'd make a great Batman, but he won't. He's trying too much to be like him, the good one. Man, I hate it.
No, he says the good son, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, then Damian tries to get away with Scarlet, and Jason's like, no, and grabs her. And they get in a helicopter, and then Batman and Robin are chasing them in the Batmobile. But then Jason's like, no, you're going to be too busy because he must have set bombs on this bridge like months ago.
Yep.
And he's like, there's 6 more of them. He's like, you can defuse them or follow us. And Damian's like, call the bomb squad. And Dick's like, he's monitoring the police band. He'll know. Once again, Damian, this sucks. Dick, no one knows it more than me.
But yeah, it makes sense. You have to prioritize.
Yep.
The other people.
Because basically, and then at the end, Jason basically tells Scarlet he'll drop her off wherever she wants to go. She says she wants to stay with them, and he says, fine with me.
And then they helicopter off into the sunset.
Well, the moon set, but yeah.
But then Jason pops back up in New 52, and I don't think Scarlet does.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I wonder if it's in the notes here, but I don't remember if Scarlet ever popped back up or not. Yeah, it's always weird when a character is like, oh yeah, we're together till the end, and then that character like never shows up again. So yeah, so what did you think? I mean, did you like? I'm sure you probably like the flashback stuff, and
yeah, I thought this was pretty. I mean, it had funny quips like pine, and to hear someone in the cowl say tool. And then, so yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, both Dick and Damian are like, don't be trying to get familiar. Sorry, I'm just looking up. Trying to look up Scarlet stuff. Oh, from what I'm looking at, it doesn't even mention this appearance. It mentions that last one. So So yeah, she might not even shit. Yes, this might be her last appearance. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, maybe in Convert. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Maybe Convergence, Batman and Robin. That's Convergence. We didn't cover. Was that Bruce or was that Dick? I can't remember.
Well, we did Convergence Detective Comics.
Yeah, but I know we did all the Dick ones, but I can't remember if this was Dick or not. Oh, she might show up in that, but yeah. Here, I'll look that up on the app. But yeah, I like to like Judd. I mean, again, it was weird just with like the continuity and stuff, but Judd Winnick basically keeping the Grant Morrison thing going on of the red haired Jason and stuff, which I don't think anyone else did.
They go back and forth.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to look at this Convergence. Oh, okay. Now that is Bruce in that Batman and Robin Convergence. Yeah, it's Bruce and Damian. That's what I thought. All right. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this Jason stuff, or should we cover that weird last issue?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad, but yeah, that last issue, 26, it like strikes me as like very much a fill-in issue where it's like, yeah, we need one more, which was weird. The end on like 26.
Well, it seemed, yeah, or maybe it was like a little bit tying in with Batman Incorporated.
Maybe. Because you do get what was that, Night Runner,
Yeah.
the Batman in France. Here. I believe there's a really short synopsis. Let me read that because again, this is kind of weird. Of course, it's from October 2011. So yeah, so this was like right before New 52. After four of France's most dangerous superpowered criminals escape from prison and start a riot in the Louvre, Batman and Robin team up with local hero Night Runner to take them down and confront their mysterious benefactor. Yeah, so basically, the man who laughs frees Id, Rayman, Sister Crystal, and Skin Talker. And again, there was two artists on this. Greg Tocchini did the art for the first 14 pages, and Andrea Bresson did the second half of the issue. So yeah, this again, not a bad story, but yeah, this does smack of me of as a fill-in issue. What month was that? October 2011. You know what it was? They probably needed one more issue to like get the new 52, so they did that.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I think New 52 might have started a month later. So this was probably one. I don't think it might not have been the last one, but this was one of Dick's last appearances as Batman.
Yeah. Had to have been.
Yeah. So again, it wasn't bad, but it was just it's basically just they come to France to help Night Runner stop this guy, which was kind of creepy because he was after his mother died in childbirth. The man who laughs, his father disfigures him, but then at the end it's all so creepy because like he's like, oh, my father's technically still alive, but he basically took the father apart.
Yeah.
Kept them in these tanks, and he's like, it's like everything I do, I may put it down on like home movies, and the father has to watch him over and over. But yeah, all the illusion stuff was weird. It looked like Damian got turned to crystal and shattered, and like Dick was like cut in half down the center.
Yeah, I mean, it was very interesting. Yeah, it kind of like messed with your head. You're like, "What?"
Visually, yeah, it was like really, yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely like, whoa, that's messed up at the end.
Yeah. And then Dick come and tell the other two, it's like, it's all an illusion. Just close your eyes and tell yourself it's all an illusion.
hmm Yeah.
And again, a good issue, but I mean, basically, you could have substituted that Bruce for Dick and not lost a thing.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, it's like one of those like generic adventures where it could have been either one of them. So yeah, and then that was, like I said, that was the end of this volume of Batman and Robin. So what you think? I mean, it's been a while since we did like the last like Grant Morrison ones, but what did you think of this series of Dick as Batman?
I mean, pretty good. Obviously, I mean, some of his better Batman stuff happened in Batman. Is that what it was, or was it Detective where he had the dark mirror?
The Dark Mirror was Detective. He had some good stuff in Batman too. I know one of the stories was the one where like Two-Face dressed up as like the weird Batman, and
Yeah, that was right at the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think this. I feel like Batman and Robin was slightly more hit or miss. I mean, some of the really early stuff where Damian ran away and then he was like, "Oh, you came back," and Dick's like, "Yeah, we're partners." I thought that was really good because it helped explain. You could see how Dick was making an effort with Damian and how it was going to pay off and how they were gelling and how Damian in particular was becoming a better person. So that was good. But then some of it was like, oh, of course, we have to have this dude be the Joker.
Oh
Blah.
yeah.
And some of it was weird. I didn't really like that one with the woman with the hole in her head.
Yeah.
But the Tomasi one we read, I like that one a lot. And this last one with Jason was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, it just seems like after Grant Morrison, it was like they gave like okay, writer one, you get 3 issues. Next writer, you get 3 issues. Next writer, you get 3 issues. And then it needed somebody to do that last one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's not always good for a series if it's too many different writers, because then you don't
Especially
have
if you want,
continuity.
yeah, sometimes the characters aren't written consistently. Yeah, if you keep bringing in writers, but
I mean, yeah, overall it was pretty good. I just feel like when you think about some of the, I mean, in the one with Jason, there were some funny quotes. Like I said, the this sucks and that kind of thing.
yeah,
But when you think about some of the best stories of Dick as Batman, I don't think they tended to be in the Batman and Robin book. Aside maybe from the first one, the Professor Pig and the circus thing kind of thing, because that was him and Damian gelling, and that actually played very well off of Dick being Dick. You know, it seemed like with that they were actually working to incorporate Dick into it, I guess.
and I think, of course, because I think it was Grant Morrison writing it, but it's like this book more than any other one. While Dick was Batman, was basically just like, oh, he's not Bruce Wayne, he's not Bruce, just kind of trying to compare, and then that issues 10 through 16 had to do with like Bruce coming back and Doctor Hurt and all that.
Oh yeah, and isn't it in Batman and Robin that he takes Batman's body and throws it in the Lazarus pit?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
And then I think it's the issue before Bruce comes back. It's again another gunshot for Dick to the head, back of the head. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think overall Batman and Robin was kind of the weakest one.
really, the most trippiest, I'd say.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It definitely had the weirdest stuff. So maybe I guess it just was not my favorite because a lot of the stuff was kind of trippy, and that's not always my thing.
But yeah, like you were saying, like I think you said, like Black Mirror was one of the best, better ones. That was Detective. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, um, when you read lists, the Black Mirror it frequently pops up on lists of like top 10 Batman stories. So that is
Oh yeah,
really
especially that era. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you know where else Dick was Batman in the Justice League? Remember we did those Justice League issues?
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny with Dick and like an almost all female roster, but it
Yeah,
worked.
those were pretty good.
Hmm. All right.
So, yeah. I guess yeah, Batman and Robin, some of the things I really liked and some I was like, nope.
Yeah. All depends. You know, when you got a couple books a month, you know, sometimes you're gonna hit a clunker, and especially when you have like multiple writers on multiple books every month.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else?
I think that covers it.
All right. So yeah. So next week, yeah, before we take our first break, yeah, we're gonna do World's Finest Teen Titans #1 and Night Terrors Nightwing #1. So I did. Oh, did you see? I saw there was like a preview page or two up from that World's Finest Teen Titans.
No, did it look good?
It did because it was like I don't know what Roy was up to, but like Dick's like why are you trying to do whatever he was trying to do? He's like you're not even like a founding member. You weren't here when we started this, and then Roy's like the rest of us have revealed our identities because I guess in this version it's like Batman didn't want Dick to reveal his identity to the rest of them. So
Yeah, I think didn't they kind of have that going on in Titans Year One too?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. Because then they show like Batman telling Dick, he's like, well, I trust their mentors. He's like, but I don't know if the rest of them are as trained as well as you. So you know, I don't know if we want to trust them with all that. Basically, Batman saying, I don't know if no one can train a sidekick like I can.
That does feel like a very Batman thing to say. No one is as good as me.
Uh, he's like Wonder Woman, Barry Allen, Oliver Queen, none of them. Aquaman.
He's definitely wrong about Wonder Woman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so yeah, kids. So yeah, next week we'll cover the new issues. Then, like I said, 2 weeks after that, you'll get the first 2 episodes of Electric Mullet, and then we'll be back here for some of most of the August new issues. So this works out good too, because I was thinking about it, because like some of like when we do the new issues, I might even just wait, and then we'll just like I'll put that episode up because it'll go up like the next day. Because like sometimes when we record this here live, the new episode, and then like it won't release on the podcast for a week or two. So at least this
Sure.
way they'll go up quicker. So
Cool.
fresh news, fresh Nightwing news. All right. So yes, so send us your thoughts. Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-capes. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, link to the Patreon. Help us support this whole thing. Find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right. And also, please help support World Traveler Kristen and go on Amazon. Oh, Amazon Days. What the next?
Oh yeah, Prime Day starts tomorrow.
Yes,
Woohoo!
Prime Day. Well, Prime Day, but it's actually 2 days. Yeah, it's
Yeah, Prime 2 days. Woohoo!
it'll be a little late if you hear this on the podcast. But yes, if you see this on YouTube, yes, go on Amazon for Prime Day. We can do it anytime. But yeah, Prime Day, if you're looking for something to buy, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Decades of secrets on one of the best characters in fiction, Mr. Richard Grayson. So yeah, kids, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder on Amazon before I sell out. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Once again, next week, send us your thoughts quick on World's Finest Teen Titans #1 and Night Terrors Nightwing #1.
Hope it's not too scary.
Yeah. And again, the Robin one comes out this week. Send us your thoughts on that too. So I always feel like #1 we're a Nightwing podcast, but we'll talk some the rest of the Robins too. And then again, kids, go follow Electric Mullet on Facebook and Twitter. All right. Come back next time. Remember, join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
See. Nightwing News.